Today on Ambush, Kitchen Ambush, we are at Esoteric in Virginia Beach. We're here with a new chef at a local restaurant with a new local surprise ingredient and a new local dish. Welcome in, Chef Brian. How you doing?
Good. How you doing, Mark?
Good, good. So you've kind of seen what we do here on Kitchen Ambush, and so the first thing I want to talk about is local. So what makes local important to you?
What makes local important to me is everybody supporting each other. Sort of like one big circle, sort of like the circle of life. I go out to the farmers come out to me. It's like one big trade of money. I can support them, they can support me. That's one huge thing that I really like about the local situation. And it goes a little bit farther than that with everyone that doesn't know what local is, and they can get to know what local is, and then they can become involved into the circle. So the more people know, the bigger the circle becomes.
So basically, they come, maybe somebody that doesn't go and know about the farms can come here, have a dish made with products from one of these local farms, and then be able to go right back out to one of those farms, and vice versa, really.
Yes, sir.
Killer. Now, how long have you been here?
I've been here since day one, before the walls were built. It's going on about 2 years. I love it.
Now, what would you classify your cooking style as?
I would classify my cooking style as American style with worldly influences.
Okay.
Sort of taking things from Eastern Europe, Lower Africa, sort of things like that, and combining it with the fried chicken or a grilled pork chop, and utilizing those. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what is one of the you do some changing with the menu, you kind of evolve your menu along. What's one of your newer dishes that has become really popular that's utilizing some of those farm fresh ingredients?
I would say the duck right now, coming into the ender season on the stone fruits. We pickle plums and we put it with the duck. It goes with the green beans that are sort of we're in the middle of the season right now.
Okay.
And I get a lot of my stuff I get from Cromwell. It's like 15, 20 minutes away. Right when we're done with this, I'm actually going out there.
And you see that kind of Cromwell is kind of a common thread through a lot of the restaurants now. Now, how often do you find yourself talking with another local chef at another local restaurant about where you're getting product or what's available?
Every week. I find myself talking to a group of chefs that I'm a part of called the Alt Bite. And every week they're asking me, hey, what farm are you going to this day? When are you going this day? Can we meet up? And that's another cool thing too. Some of the other chefs that don't know who Cromwell is or don't go to New York or any other places, they can tag along with me, and that appreciation really shows when the farmer sees it. They're like, oh, well, thank you for introducing this new chef. Where do you work? What do you do? How can we get our product onto your menu? And
by doing that kind of camaraderie between the chefs, you're actually elevating everything about local food and restaurants to kind of get people away from your, buy off the truck that comes and everything's frozen in a cardboard box, but to work together. So you guys don't have that fear of, well, everybody's going to take my customer if we work together. You actually see it from the standpoint of building a local food community.
Yep.
Very
absolutely.
Cool. Now, you mentioned Alt Bite. Tell us just briefly what that is.
Alt Bite is a group of local chefs that we decided to come together to support one another. The local movement especially, another movement being as we're not trying to be a competitive group of chefs. As you can see, there's always an undernote competitive side to it, but
sure,
naturally, of course, with any competition, with any business comes, competition, competitiveness. We're just trying to create a group of chefs that we can all do things together, support one another, not just the 8 of us. We're wanting to bring in other people, other restaurants, push the local movement on chefs that don't know what it is about, and sort of spread people to the cities, because we're from Virginia Beach, we're from Portsmouth, we're from Poquoson, Norfolk. It stretches pretty far with just the 8 of us so far. So.
And what's nice about that is, like you said, you're hitting all these cities and honestly, this is our one big region, but it seems to always be separated by city lines, keeping people that don't want to drive apart. But by you guys coming together, sharing common ingredients from local sources, the ultimate goal I think we all have to build that food destination is happening through kind of the grassroots effort by the local chefs.
Agreed, 100%,
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Well then, now a fun question. Everybody likes to know this. Everybody that's watching always asks, what is your vice? What's your food? When you're not here making these amazing gourmet local dishes, what is it that you eat?
Honestly, I'm a big top ramen guy. My girl cooks a lot at home for me. She does a lot of meals for dinner, but I'm not there. So I usually take what she's made and chop it up and mix it with some noodles. Something quick, something I can do quick because I'm here all day, you know, smoking pork for 6 hours or breaking down bellies and breaking down ducks. So everything that's taking me 4 or 5 hours here, I don't want to go home and take another 4 or 5 hours for my own meal. I want to take about 4 or 5 minutes.
Just get some food in the system that tastes
get
good.
Some food in the system to get to bed.
You know, 5 seconds of relaxed time. So if everybody kind of understands, most people think of, all right, we open a restaurant, the chef is there when we get there to sit down and eat. They might have this misnomer that the chef shows up, you know, 15 minutes before dinner service and like they cook at home. They gather everything in the fridge. What is a day in the life of being a chef actually kind of equate to? What time do you think, you know, do you start to have the first meal dinner plate out by 5 o'clock?
A day in the life of the chef is played ear by ear. We have to wake up every day not seeing who's texting us to try to have out.
Okay.
That's
who's calling out for the day.
Exactly. Who's calling out, if the dishwasher is going to show up. My day's different. Like today, Mondays and Thursdays, I usually try to go out to the farm as early as I can so I can personally pick what I want instead of having them come to me. It creates a little bit of a bond, I feel like, because I don't just have to meet the driver from the farm or Elizabeth, who's runs it anyway, Cromwell, and I can go right out there. I can tell you right now that no chef that works in this kitchen shows up 15 to 20 minutes before service. The dishwasher even shows up an hour and a half before service to get things right. Sometimes we're here at 8 a.m. in the morning. Sometimes we're here till 12 a.m. at night.
Just to get through, and that's dinner service.
It's just dinner service, and because we challenge ourselves, we really like to challenge ourselves. We like to keep the specials flowing. We like to keep the guest's mind rolling. Like, what's Esoteric doing tonight for a special?
Right.
What did he pick up from Cromwell today? That's one thing that I'm trying to really impart. Every chef is different. Not every chef's gonna want to go to the farm every day. Not put the money. I don't get gas money. It's out of passion that I do this kind of thing. So
tell me a little bit about the vibe of Esoteric. What is Esoteric, the restaurant?
Esoteric is a new vibe to the area. It's bringing in people that want to know about the sourcing of where their products are coming from. It starts with the beer list. It really does.
Which you got a great beer list.
We do, and the beer list challenges me to want to even do better food because Tim, the owner, he's always hunting on trying to find out what beer is this company making, and then they're never going to make it again, and can I get it on my tap list?
Yep.
So that already sets the mode for the chefs and the cooks to want to bring the standard up higher. I would say that we're catering to all. We cater to all. Being open at 4, it gives the older people, time to come in and get their meal, get their early bird special with the happy hour that we have rolling on and stuff like that. So I would say that we don't have a specific crowd that we cater to. I'd say it's from ages 21 and up.
And I think what's great is that you're near the ocean. You're very close to the ocean, but you're still in enough that you're really hitting the Virginia Beach crowd and even the Norfolk crowd coming in to be able to taste this kind of food. And how far do you think, what do you think, on average, are you seeing people from the peninsula come out?
Actually, honestly, I'm seeing people from up north.
Nice.
Up north a lot with what I've recently seen, like New York and up there, people traveling. The best part about being right here, just like you said, along the water, is on the East Coast, is people are always traveling. And we're dead center. Virginia's dead center in the middle. So you got people coming from Florida, going up to New York to Florida. I would say up north, because that to me is where like the food scene is.
Yeah.
And I feel like the Hampton Roads is slowly becoming to that. And it's like roots, you know what I'm saying? It starts off at the tree, and then the roots slowly grow and grow and grow, and the tree can only get as big as the roots are as long. So.
As strong as the soil and the foundation is. And, and I think that's what you guys are really building, is that foundation.
I'm actually really surprised that, when I come here in the morning time, between us and Commune, how many out-of-town plates are in there. And a lot of people are like, we refer to we don't know where to go. So we ask locals, where are you going? And they're, tell people about the Vibe Dish, or they tell people about, certain places in Norfolk.
So you've got a killer, word of mouth setup going on.
Yes,
Which is,
absolutely.
Just about anybody in the food industry with restaurant-wise would kill to have more of a word of mouth spread than a lot of paid advertising, because now you're going to get to see what actually makes what you are. All right, well, now to the fun. So we always live with an ambush. We like to bring in a locally made ingredient that's sourced here and made here. It can come from anywhere of anything. We've had so far in the show, we've had a flavored peanut butter that was made. We've had a Bloody Mary mix that was made. So this week, yours is going to end up being Butter Brothers. And what they do is, it's a butter stick that is made here. This is going to be the Sriracha flavor. And instead of just making this sriracha, taking sriracha and adding it to the butter that they make, they literally broke down and made their own flavor of sriracha so that it would keep that form of the butter. So this is your challenge, is in the next, say, 15 minutes, come up with a dish that showcases a local product so that we hit our three things, which is local chef, local restaurant, local product, to make one awesome new dish.
Awesome.
So what are you thinking?
I'm excited. I'm thinking all kinds of stuff right now.
All right, well, I'm not going to get in the way. You go have at it.
All right, awesome. Automatically, I'm thinking, since it's butter, I'll probably make a sauce and mount it with the butter, so we'll go from there.
Cool.
So I'm going to take it, put it into the fridge right away to keep it cool.
Cool, sounds good. And now the running begins.
Yep. Here we go.
So how many days a week are you here?
I'm here 5 to 6 days a week, depending. Yep. I've got two really strong guys that I rely on that get a lot of things done for me that I've just short of shown them exactly how it should be done.
Right.
And my main thing is as long as the food's delicious, that is all that matters.
That's
as long as the food is delicious. That's
Happy
all.
customers, good food.
Absolutely. Let's see here. Carrots. Ginger.
So what's that? You said carrots?
Yep, I got some
ginger?
carrots right from our backyard that were picked, clean. Nice and delicious.
Now you said backyard as
Yes,
in...
sir. We have a 2,000 square foot green space in the backyard.
Nice.
That we grow all year round. Right now, tomatoes are coming up, getting ready to be gone. We got some eggplant that we're getting ready to pick, getting ready to harvest the rest of our carrots. I'll hit this with a little bit of oil, toss it up.
Right.
There's some ginger in there, there's some carrots, a little pepper, a little salt, and I'll throw them in the oven, hot oven. Get them nice and caramelized and pull out some of the natural sugars. I think that'll go really well with the heat and the fat and the butter of the sriracha for sure. Let's see.
All right, so we're going to get the cast iron hot?
Get a cast iron hot. I'm thinking I'm going to pair it with some scallops.
You're breaking my heart that you're going to have scallops. It's just killing me.
Awesome. The scallops are locally sourced too. They're from Waukee, North Carolina.
Great.
There's a couple of boats that come from there in Hampton.
Yep.
So we try to get those as often and as best as we can. They're decent size, between U10s, U15s.
And that's the best way to get a scallop, honestly.
Absolutely. That's another great thing living by the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
We're not always 100% able to get like the best from it, but we're always want to be able to get something out of it. And as a chef, you should be able to take nothing and create something out of it. So that's another great thing.
That's the what we do part.
Yup.
And I think what's fun is you talk about up north being that kind of the birth of the food scene, and they're getting a lot of their fresh seafood from our waters.
Yeah.
And so it's important that the people that live here realize you don't need to go up north to get that quality, because it's literally swimming here and made here by the talent we've got.
Yes, sir.
Killer.
Just like I said, you got to be able to take nothing and create something,
So you got a little salt and pepper on them scallops.
Yep. Sorry about that glove action there.
That's all good.
Get the pan nice and hot.
So you got a screaming hot cast iron.
Trying to get it screaming.
Maybe kind of whimpering at the moment.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this is probably one of my favorite things in here.
There you go. Yeah, that was
a Chewbacca cup.
That was a gift from one of our waitresses. She knows that I like Star Wars. I actually have little Star Wars toys hanging out in the rafters on the low that nobody really knows about.
And that's something we have in common is an affinity for Star Wars.
Yes, sir. Also, I think I'm gonna do a little pot of veg stock and some orange juice. So after I roast the vegetables, I'll go ahead and put the carrots and the ginger right with the orange juice and go ahead and get it nice and soft so I can puree it and make a little bit of a puree mash sort of deal.
Nice.
Sauce.
Oh, that'll be good with the OJ.
Yep. I got a couple I got ideas rolling through my head right now.
Yeah, we're getting sriracha butter.
Yeah. We'll also get some kale. This is end of the season kale too.
Great. Now, did that come from Cromwell?
It did not. It came from a source out of North Carolina, Brothers Farms.
Good deal. Still close, still local farm.
Yup.
Very cool.
This is it though for me.
Got a lot of space to roam.
Yes, sir. I love it.
Yeah, it's not a common thing in most restaurants to have this kind of space to roam around in.
What we'll do is we're going to fry the kale. Make it nice and crispy.
How often do you fry kale?
Never.
Really?
Nah.
So this is the first time for the Amber?
Yep, sure.
It really brightens the color up, gives it that crispness.
Yeah, it gives it a little crispness.
Like that.
Also, I'm going to take some of these right here. These were just picked this morning by the owner, Christina, out of the garden in the back. I'll take
those
these.
are beautiful.
Yeah, they are beautiful. Nice little cherry tomatoes.
Yep. I'm going to bring that over. So what we've got here is some of the tomatoes that have literally were picked this morning from the garden and back. I mean, you can't get any fresher than that.
Nope.
And have that kind of good solid color. That's beautiful.
Beautiful.
So that's what you were snacking on this morning.
Yeah, it was. That's all I've had to eat so far. And a boiled egg.
Yeah, me, it's coffee.
All right. Pan smoking. There we go.
All right, now you got the heat on there.
All right. Now that I got some nice color on my carrots, my ginger.
Oh yeah, those look great.
I'm going to put it right into the liquid. Bring all that to a nice little boil.
Now with your ginger, you didn't even peel it. You just chopped it up and put it right onto the pan?
Yep.
Is there a particular reason you like to do it that way? Because you
I
see
just
so
like
many people peel it.
I like to roast it and char. Whatever I can do to something to impart more flavor. It's
Right.
sort of like steps to building like a
And
desk.
use the whole thing.
Yeah.
And not have that waste.
Exactly. It's sort of like building a desk.
Right.
Each screw, each piece.
That's a great way to put it.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta without any of the piece, without any of the screw, you can't layer the desk and create, what you need.
Very well said. All right, so now the scallops are down, getting a sear on one side. Kale looks great.
I'll grab a metal bowl. Get this kale. Nice and crispy, just like we want. Then, I think I'm going to take this right here. End of the season peaches. We made a vinaigrette out of it. Toss the crunchy kale with it.
Oh, beautiful.
Dress it up.
So even that vinaigrette came from end of the season peaches,
Yes,
and you
sir.
made it yourself.
That I sourced through Cromwell. She sourced through somebody else.
But nice that it's all made here. So you're able to, like you said, continue to build those flavors
Yes,
like
sir.
a desk with your control.
Yes, sir.
Oh, those look beautiful.
I'll go ahead and take, where is it at? The butter. Where'd I put it?
You put it back in the little boy?
I'll take some of the butter now, just to impart some more flavor.
Right. Let it kind of bring it and cook it in.
Yeah, just throw it right here. Just take the scallops off the heat, let them hang out in the back for a little bit.
Right. That is pretty. This is the kale that had been in the fryer, and then tossed a little bit in that end of season peach vinaigrette.
Now I'm going to take these tomatoes from the backyard. A little oil. Salt, pepper. Salt, pepper on everything.
Right.
It goes with the layering of flavors.
Yep.
I'm just going to put it right onto the French top. And get a nice hard char.
Oh, that's going to make them look
Sort
fantastic.
of like, they'll be cooked like half the way. They'll be cooked like 50% of the way and raw. 50%
but
of
still
the way.
get a lot of that good fleshy flavor.
Yes, sir.
I'm telling you, one of these days, even though we're doing this live, it's going to be great to somehow to get the smells to go through the camera to everybody.
Oh, that'll be innovative.
Now, that'll be the next thing we work on.
Heard that.
I would definitely want a different name. Smell-o-vision just doesn't work for me.
We'll take those scallops, roll them around in that water.
Man, those are pretty.
Put them right onto the resting rag.
Yeah, that's a good looking scallop.
Thank you, sir.
I want to get everybody at home take a good look at these scallops. I just can't pass them up. They're beautiful. Great color, good crust around the outside. Just pretty scallops. Featuring the Sriracha butter.
All right, now that my carrots and ginger are nice and soft, put it right into the Vitamix.
You know, that's one of those misnomers that people don't realize. For years everybody saw everything get peeled. Carrots get peeled, ginger get peeled, potatoes get peeled, but there's a lot in those in those outer skins that are good for everybody to eat.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna take this cold butter while it's still cold, put it into the hot sauce so we get sort of like a mounting thing going on here.
Right. So you're gonna carry that flavor all the way through the components of the dish.
Oh yeah.
So we've got the carrots and the ginger that were roasted. The tomatoes are getting the char on one side. Scallops, absolutely beautiful and resting, along with the fried kale. Yeah, those look great. You get that, the bottom still have that almost fresh from the garden look, while the top has that great color.
Yep. It sort of creates two flavors in one,
Right. More bang for your buck.
Yep. Now we'll take this and put it right into the bottle.
Great. All right, so now the sauce he made from the puree and the carrots and the ginger are going to go into a bottle so it can be helpful plating. I'll bring these over. And get a chance to see what those seared tomatoes really kind of look like and what you can see out of those. You got that charred color on one side, but still underneath, it looks like a tomato straight out of the garden. You just can't beat that.
All right, here we go.
Now we're
Magic.
ready.
Back.
The magic happens now.
All right.
Plates are coming out.
Yep, let's go ahead and clean up just a little bit. Get this out of the way. Shake up the sauce. Just make a line.
And there's always that artistry to putting these dishes together to really not only showcase the natural flavors of the food, but the fact that, cooking and being a chef and working in a restaurant is more than just hot food on a plate. There's art and detail and things to be enjoyed all the way through the process. I love it. It's like a painting of your garden with help from the beautiful scallops.
And we're going to take some of this silver label Virginia ham right here and just put it right onto the scallops.
And what did you do to the ham?
All I did was fry it up.
Fry it up, break it down?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty. Give it a nice texture, crunch, salt.
Yes, sir. That's all she wrote right there, dude.
That is beautiful. All right, I've got to show these guys at home. All right, this is the roughest part of my job. Is to literally sit here and know I get to eat that at any moment. I'm going to take it away from you because I'm hungry. All right, so we'll go at this one.
In fact, you know what?
This one up here.
I'm going to put just a little bit more butter. Just to get a little bit more flavor right on the scallop.
So last minute little butter addition.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah, everything's better with butter. Outstanding.
Really let that Brothers
Just like
butter
kind of resting
shine
out
through.
settle. Nice. All right, we ready to try the dish?
Yes, sir. Go
Let's do
ahead.
it. All right, I gotta make sure I get a little bit of all of this.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
What I really, really like is tomatoes with the orange.
Yes. It's bright. It's got that just little bit of natural sweet. I love the addition of the ham at the end because it's crisp and it's crunchy. The kale, it's so delicate once it's fried. It's just there, it's crisp. But man, that scallop is incredible. And even with, you know, the natural sugars and everything that went on there, you're still getting that sriracha from the butter.
A touch of the heat, just enough to tickle the back of your throat.
I think I need another bite to really kind of send home that I've accurately described it. And I got to tell you, normally, kale, not my thing.
Yeah, I love kale.
But that is on point.
Yes,
that is good, man.
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'd be happy, thrilled to order that any day of the week. Well, I'm gonna say, this has definitely been a successful ambush. You really were able to showcase what this area has to offer. I think all in just not only the plate, but the conversation, what you're doing, the efforts you're making. I mean, we're incredibly lucky to have you as part of this community. So that's been another successful kitchen ambush. Local chef, local restaurant, the addition of some amazing Star Wars flair, which makes everything better. Forget butter. Star Wars makes everything better.
May the force be with you.
Then may the force be with you. Great ambush,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Next week, new restaurant, new ingredient, new chef, new dish. It's going to be hard to top this one. Powered by ViewItDoit. Make sure to check us out on YouTube by searching Kitchen Ambush for further episodes, and we'll see you at the next place. Damn, that was fantastic. There was so much additional texture to that. It was just not even fair.
I like to put a bunch of textures with scallops, especially because
oh god, yeah,
they pair well with any kind of texture.
They really do, and I love the butteriness of a scallop to begin with, but to be able to get a nice texture on it, so many people try to sear the hell out of it and to give it that almost burnt texture.
That's what we do here. We usually just like to sear it nice on one side, flip it, give it, throw some butter, and set it right over to the plating
and just
side.
let it finish cooking.
Yes, without any additional heat besides what's already in the pan.
Right. Oh man, that was good.